Hello, welcome to a very special BREWSIE bonus, which is BREWSIE. I mean, it's like C-roll, B-roll, C-roll. No, it's like BREWSIE, but it's like the generation game BREWSIE bonus. Only this is with brews. You can touch what you like. This is going to be seeing the difference between 3 types of port scratchings. We're in a different location. This is my front room, which you might have seen on other videos on this channel. You can talk. The dining room, sorry. What did I call it? I called it the living room, didn't I? It's the room in the front of our house. So, you know, go look through some windows in Worthing, and then you might find where I live. 3 different types of port scratchings being scratched today. And you're bloody thrown up. Me and Katie are going to be looking at these. This is number 1. These are Mr. Porky's hand-cooked port scratchings. These ones are finest quality port scratchings. Have a look at that. Number 2, Mr. Porky's original scratchings. Who knows what the difference between those 2 is? Number 3. Now, these are just a silly little extra. These are Mr. Porky's crispy strips, which I think are just a different shape. Anyway, what we have to decide before anything is what makes a good port scratching. So, because there's got to be like levels of it, right? What makes, so of those 2, the packets and the price. So the original port scratchings in the orangey packet, I'm doing this with a Murphy's, by the way, a Murphy's. Because I think Murphy's and black, sorry, and black. Because I think you got to have a scratching with a stout, which is something that was taught to me by the lady to my front. Anyway, the orange packet of scratchings, it suggests that they, because they were cheaper, should be worse than the ones in the black packet. In fact, the most expensive ones were these crispy strips because they are in a lighter packet. 35 grams. How much are these packets each? Black ones. Yeah. It says at the bottom on the back, I'd say.
65 grams.
Both 65 grams?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're literally exactly the same.
So same ingredients?
Same ingredients, exactly. Both made with 277 grams of raw pork rind per 100 grams of pork scratchings.
Okay. So they are exactly the same. There must be a difference. So I think port scratchings need to be.
Oh, hello. More calories.
Which ones are more calories? Black ones.
The black ones have got 800. I didn't read it properly.
Sorry. Oh. Per 32.5 grams. So they have 824.
No, that's the neutrals. 212 calories. Per half a pack.
For the black ones, 212 for the black ones.
210 for the orangey gold ones.
210 for these ones?
Yeah.
These ones are 210, and on the crispy strips, we're at 198. So these ones are the best for you.
Yeah.
So if you're on a diet, they're the port scratchings you have. Okay, I think they need to be salty. Open up whatever you want. We've got to have them all open.
Pub style?
Yeah, do it pub style. Do it like a pub supper. This is what we're calling this section, pub supper. Because I'm supping on this and suppering on those. Cheers to this. What are you having with yours, Katie?
Nothing.
Nothing, because she didn't want anything. She was meant to get a water, cleanse the palate between scratchings. Now, here's a question for you. I'll ask you this. I've asked you this before. Do you call it a scratcher, a scratchy, a porky, a port scratcher? I mean, what's your nickname for a port scratcher only pizza?
I guess port scratcher.
I think we have been doing scratcher recently. That's sort of been the title. Okay. Salty. Salty, porky. If it's got a hair in it, they're good quality.
It's totally different.
Oh, they look, yeah, in fact, I'll show you what they look like first. I'll show you a good example of each one. So we'll start with a good example of this. Show me one of these. Oh, that's a particularly good example. You see that? So that is got a bit of fat on it, a bit of skin. If you're vegan, look away now. Oh, okay. I think so. This is the original in the orange packet. This is the ones that are meant to be finest quality. I think those look like they're cooked a little bit in a little bit of a hotter. They're a bit more blistering on the skin on that one. And finally,
no fat.
ah, that's why. That's why. So this is just the skin
The
on
lighter
the
bite.
crispy strips.
These are described as the lighter bite.
Described as the lighter bite. Okay, so shall we start? None of them have a hair, and as I say, I think the hair really is a sign of particular quality when it comes to pork scratchers.
So the black one's traditionally crafted and seasoned.
Oh yeah, that's the difference. So these are the orange ones are triple cooked. These ones are finest quality, and those ones are just light.
Well, these are hand cooked snacks produced with pride.
Okay, well we have to try one. So get one of these ones first, please.
Or the orange one.
The orange ones. These are the originals. So these are the cheapest. Okay. Well, cheers.
Yes.
Cheers. I mean, nice,
Classic scratcher.
fatty. Tastes like you shouldn't think about it too much. Otherwise, you're gonna start freaking yourself out. I mean, fun. I'm not saying whether any of them are going to be particularly better than the other. Okay, you really like them, don't you?
I love pork scratchings.
Oh yeah, you love pork scratchings, right? But we've got a serious thing here. So next one. Oh yeah, well you don't. I'm going to cleanse my palate.
Can't do that.
Murphy's and black. You can try some mine.
That's right.
Okay.
Experiment.
Palate cleanse. I mean, obviously a perfectly serviceable pork scratching. Delicious. Not as nice as those ones that you get in clear bags.
Oh yeah, those are
They're the best ones. The ones that look like they've been made by just one man who has no license to be doing that. Second one, slightly more blistering.
Cheers.
Cheers, right.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
Better wine. You won't be able to hear you properly, so you go far into it. Come on, speak up.
because the fat is just nicer.
I mean, they definitely are nicer. I was going for a second one of those.
Well,
I shouldn't go for a second one yet.
a bit saltier as well.
I think they're less salty.
Well,
I think they're slightly less
Well,
salty,
maybe
but
it's more
they're
flavoursome.
I think they're yes, more porky.
However, you had the only good one.
Oh, okay. So in the packet, we're considering a good one to be one that's got a big chunk of fat on it.
The chunk of fat and a lot of crunch. Whereas
Oh, so a lot of crunch, a lot of fat.
this
Oh
is
no, I think
tiny
they do.
bits.
No, I think they all have, but that one's fat and come on.
Tiny.
Okay, fine.
Tiny bits.
Before you eat all the scratchings, cleanse the palate. So, thus far, the second ones, the black ones, the quality ones, are minimally better. I would think that's reflected in the price because they were I think £1.25, and I think the original ones were £1. So 25p difference. Do you think it's worth 25p more?
Maybe.
These I think were £1, but there's less in the packet.
What? The same amount as well.
I mean, these are like beginners pork scratchings, I would say.
They're pork crunchers, not pork.
That's a cruncher. Oh, hey.
Sorry.
Cheers.
No, they're pork crunchers. I mean, crap. No, what's it called?
Those. A vegetarian could eat one of those. I mean,
No, they can't.
yeah, they could. Sounds outlandish to say, but
Yeah, they're just frazzles. They're just really good frazzles.
I mean, those are nice, but they're nice in a completely different way. They're not a scratching.
No.
They're just a nice.
They're the pork crunch.
Yeah. Oh, well, what's pork crunch?
It's just the skin, but it's been cooked in a way that it puffs up.
Oh, okay. So if you were if you're in a pub, I'm definitely going for the original scratching. I want them to taste slightly worse. I don't think there's any merit in having a better pork scratching.
That
I
would,
think there's
that
literally
would
no
get-
merit.
That would get sickly.
Oh no, but you... No, because you have to share them.
The
It's made for
original-
share. We've got too many pork scratchings now, basically. I would show you, but it would get demonetised. Not that I'm monetised anyway.
We'll put them in a jar.
Oh yeah, we'll just put them in a jar. Ridiculous. Another one of those. Another one of the originals. Quick succession. Yeah, good. Very fast these those ones.
No, the originals will get. They definitely will get sickly because they're not as flavoursome. Whereas these.
Second one I had was slightly more salty. I mean, I think these are actually quite good. These
I should have given them all a shake.
these pork quavers. That's what I'm gonna call them.
Look, puzzles. They taste like puzzles.
Crunchier. Anyway, hope that helps. Hope that helps with your pork scratching buying abilities. The thing is, there's so many pork scratchings out there, and really the best ones are the ones that look illegal. The ones that look like they could be made of human skin. They're the best. The ones that taste like they could be human skin. So I think we've all learnt a lesson here, and that lesson is, you know, grow up and eat pork scratchings. Cheers. Just pretend. Pretend to cheers me. Cheers.
Good.
See you next time. That was the BREWSIE bonus.